So most times when I tell people that I'm into crypto, they are like, "So you trade?" And I'm like, "This is just a summary to tell you why you should stop thinking that cryptocurrency is only about trading." So I just want to briefly talk about the categories of crypto. Please always do your own research after watching any video or tutorial or anything, because I might still be wrong at some point. First of all, let me start with what is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is basically digital money that runs on a decentralized blockchain. Decentralized means it's not owned by banks. You get to do your transaction yourself. You have full control over your money. Unlike your local banks that they can actually authorize a withdrawal without your knowledge. Just like, okay, let's say for instance, this tax that is coming up in Nigeria, how do you think they're going to collect your tax? Obviously, they're going to deduct it from your bank. And no one is going to know your net worth in crypto. So let's go into the categories of crypto. Before I go into the categories of crypto, mind you that there's always a meta, will I say an era, a trending era in these categories. Like it can be where is we're in the NFT era and it's NFT that is paying people, and maybe it could be in the trading era. I'm just going to the categories. So the categories of cryptocurrency. So the first one I'm going to start with is the NFTs. Now, this is like digital ownership, like digital art ownership. It can be an art, it can be music, it can be whatever. Now, these NFTs have utilities. Like you can have an NFT in your wallet, and then you could use it for other airdrops, or probably it could give you access to some protocols or whatever, depending on the utilities. You can actually just love the art and buy it. How do people make money from NFTs? Now, if an NFT project comes out and says that its supply is like 600 supply, meaning that only 600 people will have access to that NFT, like they're only going to mint 600 NFTs, minting is buying. So the NFT can be like a free mint or a paid mint. Now, for you to be able to buy that NFT, you have to have a whitelist. Your wallet has to be whitelisted to be eligible to mint that NFT. Now, let's say it's a free mint. You only pay for the gas fee. Let's say gas fee as high as $5-10. And then the NFT project does so well that you could sell it as high as $1,000 or one SOL or one Ethereum, depending on the network it mints on. Now, probably sell it for $1,000 and you need it for just $5 or $10. You're actually making a lot of money. Now, probably even if it's a paid mint, maybe you can say you made it with $50 and then you still sell it for $1,000. You still make money. So yeah, and some NFTs actually, if you're holding an NFT, they might be like, okay, but the fact you're holding these NFTs, you're going to be listing our token, you're going to be eligible. So moving over to another category, we have the decentralized finance. Now, decentralized finance is where you can do your swapping, your lending, your borrowing with your cryptocurrency tokens. In lending and borrowing, probably I have SOL, but I need a stable coin, USDC, USDT, and then I lend my SOL and I get USDC. There are even some DeFi projects. They actually come out and do airdrops. Probably they'll tell you, okay, interact with our protocol, swap, lend, a lot of stuff, and you're eligible for the airdrop. So let me go down to what airdrop. Now, airdrop is where you get free money. Now, how do you make money from airdrop? Now, some of these projects might want you to test their protocol or test their project for them. This is called the testnet phase. Now, when you interact with this project, you get to like give them feedback, probably tell them, okay, this UI UX design is not, it's kind of difficult to navigate the exchange or the protocol or the site, or maybe the site is bugging or it's not easy to do swaps and all those things. Now, when you give them those feedback, it helps them to improve. When the project now launch to a mainnet, that's when it launches, it becomes live. Remember, the testnet phase is not, you can't get any, it's more as if you're just testing it. It might give you some tokens to use and test, but they don't have any monetary value. So when it goes to its mainnet phase, it can be like, okay, for the fact that you help us test out our project, this is the amount we're going to give to you. So you get an airdrop for that. So it's not just about, even some NFTs, they'll be like, okay, since you're holding this NFT, have this money. Yeah. When it comes to airdrop, all these categories like can fall into an airdrop. Now, I'll go into the InfoFi category. Now, the InfoFi category is whereby projects tell you to talk about them on social media. But we mostly use Twitter, we mostly use X for InfoFi meta. InfoFi is like creating information about a particular project. how do people make money from Infofy Meta? Now, there are platforms where you register. You register your wallet, your social handles, and then you begin to talk about projects that are registered on these platforms. Let me give you some examples. We have the Kaito, the Watching, the Cookie. There are a lot of Infofy platforms, sorry. So you could register, check out projects, and start talking about it. I'm talking about a project called Infinite that talks about how you could use AI to interact with DeFi. Yes. So I'm talking about this project on Twitter. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm letting people know what Infinite is, what Infinite Labs is all about, and how we can change the DeFi world using AI. So why doing this? Why talking about this project? I'm going to do an airdrop on 16th of December. Now, if I'm eligible, and they're going to be picking only top 2,000 creators that talked about, like top 2,000 people that talked about the project, and they got enough engagement and they climbed up to the leaderboard to top 2,000. Now, if I'm among the top 2,000, I'm actually going to get an airdrop for it. So that's what Infofy Meta is all about. Now we have the trading that a lot of people are being like, oh, crypto is all about trading. Trading is another aspect of crypto, and it's a very, very good aspect. If you know how to trade, mind you, you're actually going to make money, because you don't need projects to come and like fund you or give you airdrops, or for you to stress yourself interacting with projects. Take for instance, now you register on Bybit and you start trading on probably the sports or the perpetual trading that is futures, and you start making money from there. That's how you can make money from trading. Now we also have the jobs. Now mind you that all these categories that I've talked about, there are people that have to play their own roles in one way or the other. Take for instance the NFT category. Now, when it even launches, it has people that have to manage it. Like the collaboration manager has to go and collaborate with other projects. Probably they like what this project is building. They go and collaborate with them. Now, we also have people that are the ones that are creating arts. Probably you're into graphics, designing, you know how to create art so well. Even in exchanges, there are people that handle it. People that even have handle the customer support system. So whatever skill you had, you can actually go into the Web3 world, crypto world, and make money from it. Okay, which other category? Um, I think that's all I can remember. You could go and do your research, please.